Rick Brown with Dick Scanlon for the Buccaneer Report. Well, they did it again.
Big win against a quality team. Another dominating defensive effort for the most part. Brian Greasy had some shaky moments. Let's put it that way. He gave away a 20-7 lead, turned it into a 21-20 deficit in a hurry. But bottom line is he's thrown 6 interceptions in 2 weeks, and they're 2-0.
They're actually 3-0 with him starting now. The Bucs have proved to 3-1 on the year. Let's stay with Greasy here. 15 of 30 for 149 yards, 1 touchdown, and the 3 picks that you mentioned. Can the Bucs continue to win if he performs like this?
Probably there's not enough room for. They're playing great defense, but I don't know if you can play good enough defense to win every week throwing 3 interceptions. My question, Rick, is if they lose this game, they have a 20-7 lead in the middle of the third quarter. I'm thinking the game's over the way they're playing defense.
Right.
Beginning of the fourth quarter, they're down 21-20 because of 2 big mistakes. If they lose this game, then does he change quarterbacks next week?
Wow. And that's the question we asked last week as well. I mean, I don't know. With Coach Gruden, you just don't know if he would do that. But I would think he would have to consider it, especially coming off of last week, where he did throw the 3 picks, and even though he threw for 407 yards, he has to get better at holding the ball, at controlling the ball.
Well, his reputation is that he has that propensity to make that horrible mistake that cost you the game. But on the bottom line, they're still winning. But the other aspects of the game were good enough today that they should have won the game. And if they would have lost, it would have been the quarterback's fault. I'm sorry, but that just would have been the case. Nothing against Greasy, but he made 2 big mistakes. But fortunately, I mean, to his credit, he did help him pull it out. He made the plays that he had to make. They got a running game going. It was interesting that on their winning drive, they went to 9 straight runs.
9 straight runs. They went back to pass 1 time, and Greasy had to run with the ball there. And they kicked the field goal. Speaking of the running game, Ernest Graham, 20 carries, 111 yards rushing, including a 47-yarder that got the ball to the 1-yard line. He's looking more and more like that running back that dominant running back that Tampa Bay needs.
And Warwick Dunn's giving him that second guy.
63 yards, so it's 16 carries for Warwick Dunn. A very productive day.
Had a nice 19-yard run. That was a big play.
Definitely. What did you think about the pass receiving today?
Well, I noticed there was a whole bunch of different guys catching passes. Nobody stands out for this receiving corps, but in the absence of Galloway. But again, it was efficient. They got it done. Little passing to the tight end, little stuff out of the backfield. Occasionally, a decent pass to the receiver. They have enough going in that department to get by, with the help of a good running game and a very good defense.
And speaking of the defense, Derek Brooks had a Derek Brooks type game. 1 interception, probably could have had a couple more. Was all over the field, especially early. I think his play set the tone for the first half.
Absolutely, and I don't think you can express what he did today in numbers. I mean, it was a dominant defensive game by a 35-year-old guy that's been in the league for 14 years. I mean, is there any end in sight? Is he going to play 20 years?
Well, Brett Favre can play as long as he does.
This guy's a linebacker playing with a bad hamstring. The guy's amazing.
It didn't look like it today.
No, he was just a great football player today.
Matt Bryant, kicker Matt Bryant did play today and kicked 3 field goals. I thought he showed tremendous courage. He just buried his son yesterday. And to be out here today and performing, I thought that said a lot about him.
It's hard to even imagine what he's got to be going through, him and his wife, and we feel nothing but utter love and respect for him. To come out here and do that, it was like who was it? Center Jeff Fain said, it doesn't really. All it can do is give you a few minutes away from it. But keep your mind busy for a few minutes. But In the proper perspective, this is a football game, and that's so much bigger than that, and we all just feel terrible for him. But it showed a lot about him that he could come out here and perform like that under the circumstances.
I mean, it's like if you bury someone that you love and then go to work the next day. That's what he did.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he did. So our hearts and our prayers go out to the Bryant family, definitely. Well,
makes it seem a lot like what we do is pretty trivial.
Yeah, it really does.
And what he does, even, I guess, really, I mean, he's playing a game.
a game that a lot of people take serious,
but not us.
Bucs 3-1 now, and next week they go on the road to Denver, who's coming off a loss to Kansas City. I don't think Denver's going to. I don't think it's going to be a fun environment up in Mile High next week.
Well, in the thin air up in Mile High, there could be a lot of turnovers, a lot of points scored. Boy, Denver's giving up a lot of points for a 3-1 team. 33 points to Kansas City. Whew. Bucs should be able to score in that game.
We'll see. That's your Bucs report for Week 4. Tampa Bay Buccaneers won by the score of 30-21. For Rick Brown, this is Dick Scanlon. We're out.
Peace.